That red car is a 2019 Volkswagen Jetta.
And that green car is our long-term 2018 Volkswagen Golf Alltrack.
Now these two cars don't exactly compete with one another, but they do represent two things. They're pretty different philosophies from Volkswagen, and it's old versus new.
And we're gonna tell you which one is right for you. Check it out, Mikey. Hood strut.
Wow.
I got one.
That is luxurious.
Yep, high-end stuff. Now, this is the 1.8 liter turbocharged TSI 4-cylinder engine, and it is a gem. It puts out 170 horsepower and 199 pound-feet of torque, but in a way, it's kind of old tech compared to your engine. Now, fortunately, this one does come with a 6-speed manual transmission. Mwah! Love that. And of course, 4Motion all-wheel drive. This vehicle is economical, it moves quickly, and frankly speaking, I think the pairing between this and the transmission is excellent.
Unlike Nathan, I don't have hydraulic hood struts. I just have a regular old beam like this that you have to manually put up. But I do have a 1.4 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder that makes 147 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque. Now this one is hooked up to an 8-speed automatic transmission that powers just the front wheels. Nathan, we have two engines, dude.
Yeah, two engines means one thing.
Drag race!
Hell yes!
My expectations for this race, I'm lighter than Nathan and I've got an automatic transmission, which should help me, but it's just got a lot more horsepower and all-wheel drive.
Forgot about this. There's a sport mode. I don't think it's going to make any difference in the time. And I have the traction control off.
I've put the transmission into sport mode, which basically just changes the shift points. I also have it in sport driving mode, which makes the throttle more responsive and gives you heavier steering, not that it has anything to do with acceleration. Come on, little Jetta! Oh, jeez.
Oh yeah, I killed him. Your car is still spry.
It's quick.
Yeah, once I pulled ahead, then you were able to sit right on my bumper pretty much for the rest of the race.
It was close. What did you do 0 to 60?
That's a really good question. Let's see, memory says 8.02 seconds.
So about 8 seconds?
Yeah, so about 8 seconds, and that's about on par, especially for being over a mile above sea level. But I think right now we need to swap cars and just to make sure we're on equal footing.
Yeah, let's be scientific, and you should take the Solo DL in the Jetta so you can do a 0 to 60 in here.
That's a hell of a good idea. Want to have fun like we do on a track that is built for fun? You want to come to IMI Motorsports Park in Decano. Now, if you come here, mention TFL and you will get a discount. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, we knew that would happen.
Yeah, pretty much. All in all, it's about the same each time. This car does get up and go, but nowhere near as fast as that one.
What's your 0 to 60 in that?
That's a good question. Let's see. Memory says... You're kidding. Oh, sorry. I don't think it hit 60. We didn't hit 60.
Do you want to do one more run and get a 0 to 60 time?
Yeah, we got to do it real quick.
Okay.
Let's reset. I could have sworn. Okay. That shift is so slow. You hear it going... 9.79. Now, you know how we were talking about new versus old? Well,
yeah.
This is old styling, but I like it nonetheless when it comes to the Alltrack, which has a lot of painted components that are supposed to look tough, and they're not. But it still has that stance and that look that kind of make it look a little rough, a little off-road capable.
Yeah, you know, it's supposed to be the off-roady Golf wagon, right? But it is still, at the end of the day, a Golf wagon, right? So It looks like a Mark 7 Golf. The headlights are the same, the grille is the same, the overall look is pretty much still a Golf.
Yeah, which is handsome, but now it's starting to get a little dated. Now, the Jetta, on the other hand, all new.
Completely new for 2019. You can see it, especially up here in the front. It's a brand new face and a brand new design language that Volkswagen has said is indicative of their future design going forward.
That's right, Volkswagen did say that, and you can really see it with the headlights. Hey Mikey, why don't you hop in? Now, the interior on the 2018 Golf Alltrack, well, it's a little dated now. It's comfortable, the seats are actually quite good up front, but if you look at the instrumentation and the finish overall, it is, once again, dated. With that being said, there is something to be said about the back seat of this vehicle.
I'm sure Nathan's kids fit back here just fine, but I'm 6'2", and sitting behind Nathan, I'm having kind of a hard time being comfortable. Now, on the passenger side, the legroom is not too bad, and the seats are pretty comfortable, but yeah, there's not a lot of space back here.
You're lucky I'm not taller. Everybody says I'm 5'10", I'm actually 6'1". Imagine if I was 6'3".
We're all legs.
No, I'm actually not.
Are you not?
No, I got stubby legs. I got a long torso and stubby legs.
Seat's so far back.
It is really far back, but because there's a clutch, and so I'm required to use my legs. Well, you know, okay, so this car, obviously, there are some limitations, but let's check out the Jetta.
Nathan, hop in.
Yokai!
So the interior on the all-new Jetta is very updated compared to the outgoing model. The dashboard is really driver-focused and driver-oriented, and it's featured by this really cool digital gauge cluster.
Now Mikey's an inch taller than me, and I still have some pretty good leg room back here. Headroom's not too big either. I do scrape a little bit, but I have a pretty tall torso. Overall seat comfort is much better than the Golf's. Now, there is one thing. Some of the plastics are a little bit hard and uncomfortable, but fortunately they're kind of balanced out with the fact that there's just enough shoulder room for two adults to fit back here comfortably.
Well, you know, I think that might have something to do with the fact that Volkswagen actually extended the Jetta by a few inches for this model year, making the back seat a lot bigger. Overall, this interior is a bit more driver and passenger focused and a bit nicer.
I agree. Ladies and gentlemen, I present our new trunk monkey, Mike.
Jeez, trunk monkey.
Yeah, how much cubic feet space is there back there?
14.1 cubic feet, but that kind of sucks because it's 1.6 less than the old model.
I think you should go back there. Well, Andre's not here, so who else?
Well, I guess it's me. Initialize the face cam. Boop. All right, let's give it a shot. Oh, how do you do this?
Carefully. There you go.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, little guy, you can do it. Now, while he's getting in, there's something you should know about these brackets here, which are kind of cheap. They intrude into trunk space. So while Mikey is in there and getting in...
This is horrible.
I know. Ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, watch out for those things that are coming down. See how these bars come down?
The bars.
Yeah, I know. It's going to suck, right? Okay, he's good. So while he's back there, he's measuring the space physically, getting an idea with spatial awareness, whether or not it is a trunk that is worthy of Volkswagen.
It's so dark.
You're knocking the seats down, bro. No, that's not fair. Yeah, so how'd we do? Oh. Yeah, sure.
We're out. That was good.
All right, easy enough?
Yeah.
Hey, those fold pretty flat.
Right, I found the trunk folding
Check
feature.
that out. That's pretty good. So there's a lot of extra space when you do that. You'll be far more comfortable in the back of this one because it has 30.4 cubic feet of cargo room. That's behind the second row seat. So hop in.
Well, I'm kind of a 30 cubic feet kind of guy.
Yeah, well, fire up your cam.
Initialize face cam once again.
Okay, no whining. This is a no whining zone.
So easy.
Exactly. Now, if you have the seats down, it's 66.5 cubic feet of space, which is quite good considering that vehicles in this class, small to even mid-size SUVs, in many cases are the same. So he could camp out in there, so when he doesn't pay his college loans back, he's got to live in the car. This is a good car for him.
We're in. Okay, now the real test here again is to see if I can find the... Okay, now the trick is to get flat. I can sneak into the building.
Oh, did you need me to unlock it? You know, I get sometimes confused between one and the other. Let's do this. Oh, Mike, what did you do? Okay, that didn't work. Let me try this one. Oh, there you go. You're good. Sorry, this is the old key.
I think I've learned from my past mistakes.
And you're too young for that. I'm learning from my past mistakes.
Alright, it's time for another segment of the good, the bad, and the weird. But to be unbiased, Nathan and I have swapped cars, so I'll be doing good, bad, and weird on the All-Track. Now, the good, it's that sunroof. It's a giant panoramic sunroof, and you can let in a lot of light into the cabin. Now, the bad, well, the seats are fake leather, and they're not that bad, but it's just kind of cheap feeling. And the weird, well, you see this silver trim down here? That's not metal, it's just silver painted plastic, which, you know, for a car that's supposed to be off-road worthy, you'd expect to see real metal down there, but it's just plastic trim.
The good and the bad and the weird with the Jetta. Well, it's pretty easy for me because if you look at the wheels, I actually think for the price, really good. I mean, good looking wheels. Look expensive. The bad, sunroof looks like a receding hairline if you look at it a certain way. It's pretty small. And the weird, just look at this grille. It's an unusual shape. It's a hexagon, and it looks like it was kind of shoved in there as an afterthought.
Nathan.
Yes.
Here's an idea. MPG loop.
Okay.
We got 2 small displacement engines.
Yes.
1.4, 1.8.
Yeah.
It's like, what, 17 miles back to the office?
It is 17 miles.
So let's zero the trip computers here, and then when we get back to the office, we'll see what we got.
Fair enough. There.
Reset. And then you just push and hold this button, and it resets your MPG. On we go. I'm gonna put it in eco mode also. We're back at the office. Now, what does the EPA say that you should have gotten?
30 miles per gallon on the highway. It was mostly highway.
And what did you get?
30.9 mpg.
Pretty good. So the EPA says that I should get 40 on the highway, and I got 40.4.
That's remarkable. I mean, they really are right on it, and it was only a 17-mile drive.
I mean, that is some incredible MPG. And yeah, it was mostly kind of highway driving, but still really good gas mileage. Okay, Nathan, 2 different philosophies, 2 different cars. Which one are you taking home?
Oh, definitely the All-Track, and I'll tell you why. It is the perfect Colorado car with the turbocharged engine and with the 4Motion. Great stuff, and it's a good small family car.
See, I'm gonna go with the Jetta because I'm a younger guy, I don't have a family, so I'm kind of interested in having an interior that's full of tech and full of cool things to play around with.
And a trunk that's big enough to hold a big keg.
I think it's big enough for about a keg.
Yeah.
Well guys, for the Fastlane Car, I'm Mike Curtis.
Nathan Adlin.
We'll see you next time. Please be sure to come back to TFLcar.com for more news, views, and
real world reviews.
We'll see you next time.
Auf Wiedersehen.